Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about how do people use emojis and symbols in marketing? How do people use emojis and symbols in marketing? Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Bite Size Marketing Hack Podcast, where you get the confidence to hack your marketing 5 minutes at a time. Hey guys, welcome to Bite Size Marketing Hacks Podcast. My name is Mark.
My name is Rashawn.
And we love to come alongside you as you're in this journey of cutting through the digital noise. It's super noisy out there, but we help you get simple, bite-sized hacks to connect with your people more effectively. So today, we're diving into the what used to be kind of like cheesy, kind of the edge thing of emojis, but is it becoming mainstream? Should you be using it? We're going to talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, so I know one thing for sure is typically having emojis in your life is much better than not having them. I can remember years back not having emojis, and it sort of reminds me of a big animated cartoon, that you totally don't deserve, but you get it anyway.
Yeah, that's so funny, man. It's like, for me, I remember all the way back to cell phones came out when I was in college, and then I think the first iPhone was 2008? Maybe? 2007 or 8.
True.
And then emojis came out a little bit after that. But it's like, I think what's so interesting about marketing is it changes over time, especially as new generations grow into it. So it's like what was just being used by teenagers and young people, they're now becoming older and business people, and it's normalizing it. So it's like maybe what used to be just little kids are using these emojis now, a lot of people use them. In fact, I was just thinking about this the other day. I was looking at a couple of Facebook post ads that I clicked on because I wanted to see what it was about, and I realized part of what convinced me was the fact that there were emojis in the ad.
Oh, wow.
Nice. And I've also, as I scroll through my email feed and I see different emails that come at me from different sources that they're trying to add value to me around marketing.
Yeah.
The ones that catch my eye usually have emojis in
it. Yes. I think that expression, for instance, someone I truly value, someone I know to be a professional leader. Yeah. He's even using these inside of his email list, but it tells me where we're going. If I see a crying, as far as a laughing emoji down the line, it makes me want to keep reading through to see, because I see different emotions throughout, So it keeps me
that's such a good point, because it's the emojis tell me, it almost tells me the bigger story of what the post or So that's so good. So we're going to look at just this short infographic today from Campaign Monitor, and it just highlights some stats about emojis to be aware of, which emojis have a lot of traction and maybe you should consider using, and then favorite emojis in different countries. And one thing to be aware of is just that marketing these days is less and less just about your city, your nation. It's really global. We've got to be aware of what's happening globally. So let's look at this a little bit. So how do people use emojis and symbols in marketing? And so let's ask this question. Should we use emojis in your email marketing? And this begins to highlight a few different stats. It says specific emojis during specific periods of the year can significantly increase a mailing's effectiveness. So that's from Medium.
Wow.
So as we're rolling into the holiday season, emojis can be more effective at grabbing people's attention. And here's a couple on here. I was reading this earlier. 56% of brands using emojis in their email subject lines had a higher unique open rate.
Nice.
So
that's
50%,
something that you need to clock in.
Clock in on that. 56% of brands that use emojis, higher open rate. That's a lot higher.
That is.
With just adding that emoji. And so then emojis in the subject line can trigger higher response rates than traditional email when using the appropriate context. That's from Business Wire. So there's two different sources saying kind of the same thing. And then finally, using emojis in subject lines can help your subject line fit on mobile devices. So that's interesting. It's using that emoji on the mobile device, it fits better, and it's going to grab people's attention more.
So true. If you think about it, even with maybe you have a group on your cell phone that you communicate with, and you give all those emojis, you're not having a bad day or something. You give these emojis, it's different between doing one emoji and like you could do like 4 mad faces instead of one. You know, it shows, you know, just so much, you know, and it's extremely, you know, helpful wherever you use it.
Yeah, it can really like just condense down the messaging. Yeah. That's so good. So should you use emojis in your social media marketing? Well, there's 5 billion emojis sent daily on Facebook and Messenger.
I didn't know that.
Over 700 million used in Facebook posts daily. So this is like the language of the people is what that kind of says. And business owners are people. So whether you're doing B2B or whether you're doing business to consumer, people, you're talking to people.
Yes.
And there's a lot of emojis out there. So,
totally.
So let's transition to this topic. Which emojis should you be using? And here's the top one. So
smile and poop is number one.
Smile and poop is number one. So it's the top. The highest read rate has happened when users use this in their subject line.
Isn't that crazy? It's a crappy world.
It is a crappy world. So that's so funny, you know. But it's like, I think one of the things that highlights to me is like, people want to, again, what we talked about, this story brand sort of structure to your messaging. People want to know you understand their problem.
Yes.
And if they're feeling yucky, if they're having a crappy day, it's
they're
like,
gonna let you know.
Okay. They seem to understand that. They've got that in the email subject line. So there's one.
That's awesome.
And then according to one study, the red heart emoji generated a positive result across all test regions, garnering a 6% increase in opens. So the heart in there, you get a little bit more boost of opening on the email.
And you're telling me not even in February on Valentine's Day the heart works?
Right.
Awesome.
And then we'll just look at one more. The grinning face with smiling eyes emoji is the most used emoji on Facebook.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't be hard pressed to say that because I use it all the time.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that helps us to know it's like this is what people are speaking, in other words, on these social media platforms, and we can speak the language that connects with them by using these. So maybe we can highlight just a couple of. This is interesting, just the way that this connects in other countries, because sometimes we can get caught up in assuming that our emojis are going to connect with the people we're trying to target. But especially if we're doing some sort of digital service or something that could well be downloaded all around the world. We get traction on our website from places all around the world. I'm sure you do too. That's just the nature of the world we're in. So what are we communicating what we think we're communicating? So, for example, the hugging face with the 2 hands up emoji. So I should show that on the screen for those. It's up there for those watching on Facebook. But it's a hugging sort of emoji in most countries.
Nice.
But then it's like a funny shrug in Ireland and Canada.
Really, like.
Yeah. So like our Canadian brothers are like,
okay,
they're
cool.
just shrugging. Which is kind of funny. And then this is another one that's interesting. It's a neutral face, this like emoji with kind of the flat line face. It looks kind of neutral. But in Australia, it's an unamused. Oh no, it means unamused in most countries, but it's a neutral or content in Australia. So it's like I'm doing just fine.
I'm halfway here, halfway there.
Isn't that interesting?
I'm good to go. Yeah, got it. That's very interesting because when I use it, as far as the natural face, unamused, it's like, dude. Yeah, like totally not in.
I'm
not
really
amused.
Getting this.
I'm not getting
excited.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting for them. So I guess that's just helpful to be aware of what's connecting in different places. I thought one more thought that the weary face where it's like eyes in and they're kind of grimacing down.
Wow.
That's one of the more commonly used in the U.S. and the U.K.
Wow, the struggle is real.
Yeah, the struggle is real.
Yeah.
And so again, it's like we can use that to kind of highlight people's challenges, and they're going to relate to that emoji.
Yeah, love that. Imagine that being a part of your strategy, having this I love this, Mark.
Yeah.
So cool.
Absolutely. So any other thoughts today on emojis and marketing?
Just keep using them, guys. Like, as you can see, it does nothing but good as far as increasing your open rates and things like that. But also, I would love to, hear, how some people respond to them as far as if they feel they're not professional enough. But here's the thing. I think we're in a totally different generation. We're in a totally different movement in our culture today, and it's important that you shift along with the culture and the trends if you want to stay effective in your market.
Yep. So get out there. That's what we say a lot, is just go try it. And let us know how that goes.
Let's do it. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe.
Awesome. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. And visit us at bitesizemarketinghacks.com for more resources and episodes that will help you hack your marketing 5 minutes at a time.